Hello and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. It has been a really slow weekend and Bitcoin continues to move sideways. The scenarios outlined remain the same. The wave count is unchanged and also the levels are unchanged. I've just switched here some labels around, but no low is broken, no high is broken, and we remain in a range. And this is simply no progress in the chart, even though the stocks futures market has opened. You might recall that I highlighted on Saturday, or it was Friday, that over the weekend we're likely going to stay below $108,820. I think that has come true clearly. We see it in the chart. I also mentioned that a wider B wave is possible, whether that means sideways or a little higher. It's not entirely clear yet, but overall, that B wave has unfolded over the weekend. I'm talking about this B wave after the price bottomed on Friday, this kind of corrective bounce that has unfolded, which I think would look best with slightly higher prices, maybe a little bit more of a bounce. At least it could attempt to do it. It doesn't need to do it because remember, B waves are very chameleon-like structures. This is a resistance area. It's not a target. And it's possible that this is a B wave bounce that unfolds as an ABC structure. And as long as this swing low is holding there from Saturday, which formed at $104,400 roughly, the market could move up in the C wave next. And we've seen this wave 1. We talked that in the previous update, then a 3-wave pullback in wave 2. We might now do this. It could go a little higher, but that is just one way how this B wave could unfold and could extend. Another way is to understand the B wave simply as a sideways triangle pattern in which the market came down in this A wave and then A wave up. And now this is a B wave, yes, but as a triangle, right? So A wave down and then A, B, C, D, E before we go down. So that means as long as the market stays within this triangle pattern, and I've added some trend lines, you could say the risk or the probabilities are quite high that we get a direct breakdown. But then I would want to see a break below the Saturday low to confirm that further. At the moment, the market simply hasn't made up its mind yet, even though the stock market opened, or not the stock market, but the futures market opened, right? So we'll have to be a bit patient. I think the resistance parameters are clearly defined. Fibonacci resistance, it could attempt a rally into that resistance area. Again, it's not technically needed because B waves can also just simply unfold sideways. The market is kind of dancing on this Fibonacci support area. This certainly should be observed for further reactions. It's just a support area, okay? But any break below this support area should then allow the market to target this $99,260 level that we talked about over recent days, not only days, yeah, over the last week, okay? That's the white count. White count remains preferred, okay? So we are in a B wave of wave 3 at the moment. This means this move down seems to be an ending diagonal pattern. These are 5-wave patterns. And we're currently in the third wave. Just in the third wave, we have a bounce and should continue the move down then. And yeah, this is how it should unfold. Of course, other alternative scenarios are possible, but they would really only become more likely and preferred if the market can give us a break above resistance, basically above $108,820. Then I might have to assume that the B wave that presumably topped on the 9th of June and started this C wave to the downside, well, that this is simply still unfolding. It wouldn't really change much. It would simply delay the C wave down. That would, however, be a scenario that would be quite good for altcoins, I believe. At least it could avoid or help a lot of altcoins avoid a break of support. What could happen here is that this is simply a B wave rally instead of having the B wave here, just from a small B wave into a large B wave. It wouldn't really change much. It would simply delay the start of this C wave. Yeah, overall, that would only become more probable and preferred with a break above the 108,820 level. So there is plenty of work to do for the bulls for now. The whole weekend has been characterized by sideways price action, but this should get resolved very, very soon over the coming sessions. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you check out our X profile here for further updates. You can let us know which coins you want us to analyze and update on X. Yeah, I asked that here today, which charts deserve focused attention here on X this coming week. Let us know. You can determine which coins we update here. Make sure you follow us here as well for additional updates, mindset stuff, and much more. And yeah, I wish you a great start to the week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.